I started using drugs at an early age.
And I stopped going to church and started getting high.
I was already smoking weed all the time. Like I was a big old pothead for like years already.
About 12 years old, I started using heroin.
We both got really bad, my dad and I both. I began to do heroin.
But when I actually started using the very first time, that's where I was at.
And then my husband and I started doing drugs.
Wasn't that, you know what, I just don't even care anymore.
I have 6 prison terms, 6 different numbers.
And that's when I moved my husband in, and that whole crazy cycle started because I just didn't care anymore.
My wife got arrested also.
CPS came like a couple weeks later.
My dad had moved away and gotten saved, actually.
And they knew that they were going to take my kids because they had a van with car seats in it.
He was going to come back and help us, and he got killed in a car wreck on the way back.
They threw my wife and kids out of the house, the city did, and boarded it up.
So they already knew that they were going to take my kids.
Because I would not quit selling drugs.
Then my husband died of a heroin overdose.
I go to court, and they put me in jail.
I mean, I kind of went like way downhill.
You know, I don't think I ever really came out of all that.
And then my mother passed away while I was in booking.
I kind of hit like a really bad rock bottom.
I'm in here and they're homeless. I'm like, there's got to be a stop here.
I knew I needed a change in my life. I needed something to overcome my addiction.
We had walked by the Vagabond. We seen the rescue mission truck.
I went to court and I asked the judge if I could come here.
And we're like, well, I wonder what they're gonna do there.
And he looked at my thing, he told me, I don't know why I'm doing this.
So when they had this idea, my kids were getting taken.
But I'm gonna let it happen.
My sister actually found this program for me through a mutual friend of hers.
God must have just said, hey, just tell her she needs to come in and speak with the case manager.
And that was in 2010.
She goes, well, you know we have this 18-month program. And I was like, I don't know.
When I came here, I was totally rebellious.
I stayed here, I was here for 11 months.
And then she said no cell phones, and that was it.
All the way to the 4th quarter, I got kicked out.
That was a deal breaker for me.
They want to tell me, you know, how to talk, how to dress, how to eat.
I wanted to be here, but I was mean.
I didn't even know there was Christian music.
So I came back, started all over.
I heard somebody say one time that if you walk around in God's house long enough, you're going to run into him.
I was like, what are you guys singing? And the first song I ever heard was Take This World and Give Me Jesus.
28 years I spent in prison. It's hard for people to tell me what to do, but I had to learn how to live life on life's terms with normal people.
When I realized that I had been living a lie my entire life.
When I decided to come here, I got on my knees and I prayed about it, and I told God, you know, I have lied to you.
The truth of Jesus Christ is so much more awesome.
My son's name is Joel, and I know all things will be restored.
It took me a long time to get to where I'm at right now.
I don't have a lot of money and I don't have a lot of things.
I've been shot, stabbed, I'm covered in ink.
I wake up every day with hope.
For some reason, Jesus wants me around.
If you've been wondering what it would look like to see an individual restored,
everything that the locusts have eaten, everything that Satan has came and destroyed.
I have more wealth than I ever thought possible in my soul.
God will restore.
The relationships within my family have been restored.
If I hadn't went through all the things that I went through,
I know that there's a hope for me.
I wouldn't be where I'm at right now.
I owe this place my life.
That there's a plan for me.
And I ain't giving it up for nothing.
And that God loves me.
There's no greater love we'll ever know. You chose the golden and made us lovely. So we will boast in you.
we all give God a praise offering for what you've done?